And I'm back. Well, not really seconds after, but oh well. After school was over, I decided to bet my chances on the little bit of intel I had obtained from my classmates. If my memory served me right, then Arya Senpai was about to be practicing at the dojo today. This could end badly, end gloriously, or end in pain and agony. And honestly, if this is how it's gonna go with the fan service, I think it's gonna end badly. Of course, I knew her. Oh, in the end, she was a judo student like me, but for some reason I heard that she declined the invitation to compete in serious tournaments ever since a certain event happened. Oh god, now you've tickled me interested. Ira Senpai, are you around? While I shouted her name, I parked my bike at the nearby stall and looked around for her. I suppose those are grunting noises. Heh. Follow the shouts and you find the senpai. I grinned briefly as I saw my senpai seemingly being occupied with practicing of a series of motions. There we are, almost as if she was fighting an imaginary opponent. Perhaps it was a perfect opportunity to get closer to her and surprise her a little. Ending badly, yeah. In pain. Slowly I snuck over, making sure to make as little noise as possible before I reached with a hand toward the shoulder. Ari, she's gonna hit you. At the touch against the shoulder, Arya Senpai reacted. She grabbed hold of my hand and with a loud grunt shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. Yep, pain and agony. It was all I could do to brace myself for impact as I hit the ground like a sack of potatoes. Potato! No one sneaks up on the great... Oh, wait. Oh, it is Konochi Aria. Oh, Taka Bozu. I didn't realize it was you. I'm sorry. Are you okay? Kunochi, more like a Tasmanian devil. That throw didn't hold a shred of mercy in it. There's no mercy in the ring, Taka Bozu. Better you learn that lesson now than in 2 weeks' time. Let me guess, you want to do some sparring, right? I actually came here to ask you something, but perhaps a little sparring wouldn't hurt after that. Oh? What do you want to ask? We've got all afternoon for the sparring, and I could do with a bit of a break anyway. Where to start? Senpai, you used to take part in big and important matches. Didn't you get nervous before the big moment? Oh yeah, ha. This one time I got so nervous I hid in the kitchen cupboards until Dad found me and dragged me to the car by my collar. Of course that was when I was like 8. Well, obviously I can't go and hide for my match, but some friends of mine made this rather silly suggestion to go and pray or something. Honestly, at this point I'd take anything if it calms my nerves a little. Takabuzu, are you sure about this? You mean the match? Of course I am. I've been practicing judo ever since I could walk. This is my best chance to represent this country and in the sport I love too. Senpai seemed to think for quite a long time, all the while tapping at the side of her jaw with a finger. Eventually she snapped her fingers and grabbed hold of me tightly. Alright, I'll tell you the way to the shrine, but it's not just going to be a simple clap your hands together and bob your head. You need to give something to the shrine, something of worth. I guess I'll figure that out by the time we get there. Anyway, thanks Senpai, I appreciate it. We? Oh, no, Takabuzu. I'm not going with you. I've got training to do myself. Besides, you've got to take this step yourself. I can give you a map and an easy way to get back here, but you'll be on your own. Ah, you're not tagging along? Guess it'd be my own adventure to undertake. I'm going on an adventure! Afraid so, Takabuzu. Let me just grab some paper. I'll draw you out a map. After Arya's return, yeah, I'm going to call her Arya, I followed the directions the map had given me. Surprisingly enough, it wasn't all that far. The tip to get back if I get lost was a little sketchy. Just look down and you'll be able to see the dojo roof from anywhere on the hill. What? The forest nearby the dojo was my first challenge to overcome. A lone path coiling along the trees, and there was even the river Ichikawa's sister had mentioned in the distance. Of course, I decided to stay with my senpai's directions, and after an hour or so, I arrived at the shrine. The shrine itself seemed surprisingly well maintained, despite being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone secretly lived here. There, rather. Perhaps some secret martial arts master? Already daydreams of a potential hermit having hidden themselves in the shrine to prepare themselves for an upcoming clash between good and evil started to dwell in my mind. Oh god, that sounds awesome. And yet, nobody is around. I sighed in annoyance at the fact the shrine grounds seemed to be entirely abandoned. It was mysterious how the building seemed well maintained, but for the time being I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It took only a few moments before I gathered the courage to enter the temple itself, and inside found a rather fancy-looking shrine of sorts at the back of the hall. I was going to say the back of my mind then. I've been listening to shook for so long. Guess that's the shrine everyone's talking about. Silently I folded up the map I was given, and after putting it inside my bag, approached the shrine. Yay! I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I didn't hold too much confidence in the idea of some shrine granting me the luck I would need to win this match. Well, we gotta take what we can. How did that go? I forgot the Pirates of the Caribbean quote. In fact, I don't really think luck is going to help me much in a match like this. Raw skill and talent. In my opinion, martial arts didn't hold any place for luck. A match was all about using the knowledge you gathered from the experiences you obtained in previous matches, and a nice bit of talent to help guide you through the match. There was simply no room for something superstitious like luck. Clearly this would be a match where my experience and talent would be tested against that of my opponent. Nothing more and nothing less. Oh my, female voice. How curious. The boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet this child of man stands here in a place of power, surrounded by the very thing he denounces. What? Oh god, I better stay away from... I'm staying away from churches. Well, I never go to any anyway. Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was no one to be seen. Who's there? A classic question to ask, and yet the right thing to ask would be, where am I? Okay. What do you mean? Obviously you're hiding here nearby. Perhaps, but entertain me for a little longer. Why did you come here if you do not believe in things like luck? I came here to prepare myself. Oh? Do enlighten... Oh god! I just imagined Ukiura then. I'm sorry. Do enlighten me about what this something might be that you are preparing yourself for. I felt a little bit annoyed at the question, but perhaps if I kept talking to her, I would be able to find out where that girl was hiding. I'm preparing for a competition. A judo match. Judo? What's that? Seriously? You don't know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art. I actually thought it was to do with swords. Upon reading. Aha! So you're a warrior. Hesitant to go into battle and came here in hope of finding the resolve to fight? Well, she's not wrong. I'm not sure about the warrior part. How fortunate. It just happens that there is need for one of your kin. My kin? Oh! A hero! Looks like your dreams are about to come true, Takahiro. A hero? This shrine is meant to bless heroes like yourself. However, every great hero has to sacrifice something in return for the shrine's blessing. Sounds like what the others mentioned. However, I do like your version more. Laughing briefly at the story the hidden girl was telling about the shrine, I decided to play along and clap my hands together in a prayer. So what's next? Toss my allowance into the praying box? Don't be silly. Money is of little importance to a hero. For you, the sacrifice will be something much more interesting and precious to you. I look forward to see what destiny has in store for you. Oh God. As if on cue, the moment the girl's words reached my ears, I felt nauseous, like my head was spinning wildly. Slowly I staggered backwards, collapsing onto my back, and while my vision started to grow hazy, I heard footsteps approach me. Oh my! Hello? Okay. Okay. Good luck. You're gonna need it. She's a succubus. Despite my attempts to get back up, all I could do was briefly look up at the girl. The sight of the horns and tail made me wonder if she was cosplaying as some sort of anime character, but before I had a chance to say anything, my vision was consumed entirely by darkness. Dot 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 dot. What is a succubus gonna do to us? Oh God, we're about to be violated. The rays of sunlight that glared into my face stirred me back to consciousness, a groan of annoyance leaving my mouth while I tried to get back onto my feet. I felt a bit dizzy, but the first thing I had noticed was that I was no longer within the shrine. Rather, it looked like the forest that was surrounding the dojo. Well, it does. Of course, my first thought was to look around to see if I could find the same girl from before. But not a trace of her presence had lingered behind. To make things even more curious, the old worn-down path that I had followed amidst the trees was better maintained than I had remembered. Maybe I should head home. The thought was cut short when the sounds of several female voices came nearby. The succubus! Get back here! Hikage? I'm going to say Hikage. Stop them at once. Just what exactly do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them. I'm trying to stop them. Sing-song voice. Yeah, I think they spotted what's missing, Oni-sama. I was going to say san then. Mature voice. Keep running, Chibiko, and we just might escape. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any weirder, there came the sound of heavy footfalls from the forest nearby. Oh my! Okay. Okay. What in the world is going on here? Just a little bit away from the path I was walking on, I saw a pair of girls being chased by another pair of girls. However, there were two things I noticed that didn't make any sense to me. Well, the fact that they have animal ears and a tail. The first detail was that the girls being chased had the ears of and tail of a fox, and the other being that the girls doing the chasing were armed with a katana and a naginata. Oh God, I don't know what that is. Katana girl. Okay, so that's the one with more clothes. Conniving Kitsune, come back here at once. Return what you stole immediately. Give me back my panties! What? Hey, Kagi, how could you blurt out something like that? Panties. Oh my. Oh, the silver one. Haha. Oh no. Help save us from the rampaging woman. Oh my. While the girls had ran away, seemingly into the direction the shrine was located, and I couldn't help but find myself struggling with the decision to just leave them be. Oh no. While I didn't know what in the world was going on, the fact two of the girls were armed with rather realistic looking props, but surely they couldn't be real. I couldn't call myself a hero if I let such a scene go by without acting. Okay. I'm going to regret this. Probably. Mumbling in annoyance, I started chasing after the girls. Akagi, go around to the left. Right. Left? Why'd you always undermine me? Oh, Kami, I wasn't saying right. What? What? I was... You know what? Never mind. Just run after them. While I was chasing after the girls, I noticed the trees seemingly were getting a little bit denser, making it more difficult to navigate along the path. Shit, I'm fan. Oni-sama, I don't think I can run much more. I'm starting to get a little... Just a little longer, Mirko-chan. We're almost... Mako! Not a headache, not now. Sorry, Oni-sama. Oh god. Scissor attack. Oh, this is so over the top, yet it's glorious. I arrived just in time to find a scene straight from an action movie. The fox girl with the blonde hair had collapsed, seemingly being held up in her companion's lap. The two armed girls were approaching them, almost unmistakably, with killing instincts running amok. Any martial artist could feel that. Those two girls were going to be in for a beating if I didn't stop them. We've got you now, thieves. I'm going to personally drag your sorry butts back to town and have you both stocked. Maybe I'll even see how you feel running around without any undies on. I can't. Oh my god. Yeah, although I must admit, having a breeze down there does feel kind of nice. Keeps you feeling fresh and a little bit tingly. I'm not going to say I didn't have that thought. Ikage, goodness, you have no shame, do you? This isn't about your nevers. This is about panties and bras stolen, and these two criminals being brought to justice. Nah, Oni-sama, it hurts. My head hurts. Shh, it's going to be okay, Chibiko. Hey, you guards. If you're so desperate to have your underwear back, then here, catch. Stop right. Oh god, they've got in their face. In his face. However, before I was able to interrupt the conversation, the silver-haired fox girl tossed a pair of objects into the air. It seemed whatever they were, the two samurai girls were flustered by the tossed projectile, a projectile whose trajectory was heading straight for my face. Ugh, I'm blinded! Who the hell tosses a... Peeling off the projectiles from my face, I raised them lightly into the air, like a professor examining an important sample, while at the same time the fox girls made their escape. A pink bra and lacy black panties. Oh boy, I just knew this wasn't going to end up well. Ah, you there! Are you in cahoots with these crafty kitsune? Give those back immediately. Those are evidence of a crime and not for anyone else to touch. Drop the panties right now. I'm innocent until proven guilty. One of the golden rules of court. Now stop pointing those weapons at me so I can hand them over. Undies without being turned into a kebab. What? No, stop. Shut up. Just drop the evidence and walk away. Oh my, Tazukino Mio, Chief of the Village Guards, and I'm ordering you to drop what you're holding right now. I don't know of any village guards, and I seriously doubt a cop will go around dressed like that and wielding a katana. More importantly, the ground here is muddy and dirty. You're sure I should drop the evidence? I mean, I could, but... Hiya! Before I could react, the pink-haired woman lunged towards me, the spike of her nagata aiming for my gut. My reflexes caught just in time, and I was able to palm away the spear as it sailed through the air. I struck upwards on the wooden shaft of the weapon, sending it up into the air and unbalancing the woman. Narumi, I did not order you to attack. Fine, fine, I'll give them back. Jeez, just my luck to find the girls with weapons to be the Tsunda ones, of course. Deciding to extend the hand that held the girls their undies, I tried to hand them over, something that I would soon end up regretting. Ah, thinking I'd fall for something so simple? Fool! You may have foiled me once, but not twice. Foiled? The woman swung her weapon wide, arcing the thick wooden pole into my side before I could dodge. She then lunged forward and grabbed me tightly, pulling my arms around behind my back, leaving me with sore ribs and in a prone position. Oh dear God. I could have fought back, but figured it would only lead to more fighting, and possibly being stabbed, which I could do without, so I remained passive. The sword-wielding girl stepped forwards, and grabbed the silky underwear from my hand triumphantly. Your methods might be crude, but they get results, Hikage. Bind his wrists, we'll bring him in for questioning. He probably knows where those pesky thieves have been hiding. Right. And people wonder why criminals would resist at all costs. I mumbled weakly while I watched a girl with the naginata, oh God, tie my wrists together with some rope she had concealed somewhere. I hope it was meant for actual criminals, and soon felt myself dragged by the duo toward the direction of the city. Surely once we arrive at the city, you two will stop this role-playing of yours and let me go home, right? As much as I like to fool around, I got more important things to do. The city? Ha! We're not taking you all our way. You'll spend the day in the village cells, thief. Who are you calling thief? I'm a victim. First they toss undies in my face, then I had to deal with physical abuse, and now even slander? Besides, there's no village around those parts. It's the city, you know. Tezuka no Toshi? What? Silence! Hikage, if he speaks again before we get to the village, you have my permission to knock him unconscious. Tsun the Tyrant. That's funny. And that's how I was on my way to... Finally, the music's died down. And that's how I was on my way to a jail cell, cuffed and dragged by two girls that I started to suspect were pretty much crazy in the head. And that is episode 2. Good day.